Hi, Steve here. I just wanted to share with you on my channel how I got that tone. I think it's the nearest I've ever got to Where the Streets Have No Name. The actual riff and the tone and the whole song. I put it on it was the last video I did on my YouTube. I played along to the Rose Bowl version from 2009 from the 360 tour. So I just thought I'd share with you how I got it, because I think it's great. I used to have the Edge Strat guitar, but now because I wanted another guitar, I badly wanted, I exchanged it. But I think I've got it on a budget here, where this Squire Affinity Stratocaster only cost me £189. That's in British sterling. And I'm going to, like I mentioned in my description movie, I'm going to get the pickups that the Edge uses on his signature Strat. Like he uses the Marzio FS1 on the bridge and two Fat 50s here on the other single coils. But on Saturday, when I did the video for Where the Streets Have No Name for the Rose Bowl, I think I got the nearest I've ever got. The effects I'm using, I've got a Helix line 6 floor effect unit and an M5 stompbox model, which I'm using to get the actual tone. And it's affordable. The effects are the most expensive you're going to have to get to. Like the Helix line 6 floor unit cost me over £1,000. The M5 Stomp box model from line 6 also, that was a lot cheaper, only about £300. But this is this line 6 Helix line 6 is great. I know the Edge actually uses the fractal FX systems. They're quite expensive. They're nearly three grand. So if you're not doing it on a budget, if you've got the money. But this video I'm doing here today is designed for people that are on a budget, like you haven't got a lot of money like me, and there's quite a few of us who like the Edge but want to get the tone on it with the amount of money we've got. So, but like you say, it's the dotted eighth, but in milliseconds for the delay modulation chords, it's 354 milliseconds. You get that kind of, like, I'll show you. Like that, to get that, and then so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get to the chase. I'm going to show you all my effects, what I'm using, and hope that helps you as best I can with how to get the tone on a budget. Okay. Hi, back again. This is the Helix line 6, a floor effect unit. It's in my man cave. And this is sorry for the dust. I don't get a lot of time for dusting. Full-time job and all that. But this is on the Helix, this is what I use for Where the Streets Have No Name. The modulation, obviously the first in the chain is the delay. And it's, as you can see there, this modulation chorus, the green thing there. Delay modulation chorus. So it's 354 milliseconds. 50% feedback. 155 low cut. 9.5 high cut. 60 in the mix, levels, just level. But I've learned all this from watching tutorials and other people giving advice on YouTube, so you'll probably know most of this anyway if you're an avid fan of this song. Now the next in the line of the effects is a T-Mar distortion, which I switch on and off because I use it in the second verse where the Edge powers up the D chord and the G chord for when it, you know, the city's a flood a bit in the song. That's for that. But you switch it off when you get back into the riff. I'm sure you know the song. I'm using also reverb. There's it. You can have a look at that. 7.0 decay, 15 milliseconds pre-delay, 90 low cut, 4.6 high cut, 30% the mix, level. Now I was using a compressor in this light chain of the effects, but I'm going to show you when I'm going to get all through this, the actual compressor I'm using. It's on the M5 stompbox model, but we'll get to that in a while, so just bear with us. Next in the line is the parametric EQ. I always use this on the songs I play on YouTube because it gives it a lovely effect. I haven't changed much on this. This is how it was when I put it on. 110 low frequency, 0.7 low Q, low gain. It's basically nothing. 2.0 mid frequency, 0.7 mid Q, mid gain. Nothing really. Now this is where I mucked about because I was struggling with getting the actual brightness in the riff of the streets. I used a cab 4x12 XXL V30. I'm also using another cab with the amp, which is an AC30. Well, it's an A. Well, it's not. They can't say it. But it's basically modelled on a Vox AC30. But this is the cab 4x12 XXL V30. 409 dynamic, 1.0 distance, low cut is off, high cut is off. 0% on the early reflect level, you know, but that's that. Now it's the amp, an amp and cab. So I'm using two cabs, but this is the amp and cab. It's an A34 norm. It's basically modelled on an AC30 Vox amp that the Edge uses to get that nice bright crisp tone. 5.7 drive, 3.9 bass, 0.0 cut, 6.0 treble, 16 presence, 7.0 channel volume 7.0. I didn't change much on the next few pages. Master 10, sag. Basically, if you get a Helix, it'll be just like this anyway. I didn't. They'll be like this. But basically, I didn't muck about much for that. But that's how it would be if you have a Helix Line 6. That's what it will be like. So you won't have to change much there. So that's that. That's my effects on the Helix Line 6. So for my guitar, where I plug my guitar into the Helix, I've run it through, and I'll just show you now to a M5 stompbox modeler. Now this is where I get the compressor. This is where the tone comes in. This is where it really the sound really works. I'll show you the settings if you can see it. So the compressor distortion's a bit towards the end, drive's near the middle, treble's a bit back other than the drive, bass is middle, output is near to the very end. But this, I've connected that to my from the Helix, where the guitar port goes into the guitar port. There, I see the guitar, I see guitar in, and into the mono of the stompbox line 6, and then used another cable to connect to my guitar. That leads all the way, you follow me, up to my guitar there and there. Right, now I'll show you my amp settings. It's basically, sorry about the dust, it's my Wharfdale little tube amp. Basically things are nearly mid. There's that should be middle. Everything's about 12 o'clock. Treble, volume, treble, middle is middle, bass is middle. Obviously there's my drive, that's pushed in, that's on, and a little bit of gain as well. It's near the 2 mark, just near the 2 mark. Obviously I'll show you that distortion, you know, the bit where the edge kicks in a bit, you know. I'm using a Tima. And that's that bit, that's that distortion there. Not a lot of gain on that, because it's a bit too powerful. You know, this the bit where you kick the Cities of Flood and Edge does that power kind of, it's not power chord he's playing, it's just a D chord, but it's powerful chord, powerful sound, and that's all for that. 2.4 gain, that's all you'll need. And you obviously you're gonna use that as a foot switch. There it is, because you have to switch it off when you get back into the riff after you've played that bit of the verse. And that's basically how I get I've got that tone for the Where the Streets Have No Name. I'll run through it all again. So 354 milliseconds, sorry about my finger, that's it, dotted eighth that is, but it's 354 milliseconds. There's the Tima, I've switched that off. The reverb is plate, 7.0, 15 milliseconds pre-delay, and that. Then the parametric, then the 4x12 XXL V30 cab, and then the AC34 norm amp and cab. That's like basically modelled on an AC30 Vox amp, which you know, all know if you're a U2 fan, the Edge uses. I'll go back to the M5 stompbox. There it is, M5 line 6. It's just connected from the guitar. Boost comp. And they're the settings you'll need. You know, I found it better with this one than the one in the actual Helix to get the actual tone, you know. But that's the settings, and I've even taken a photograph of that to keep, so if I need it to, if it goes off again, when I'm recording other songs and I come back to this song. Okay. And also another thing you'll need for the actual Edge tone of U2 is the headroom pickup, or you should play it upside down to get that scratchy feel, you know, like obviously like that. There you go. That's how I'm going to play it. I'm going to use it. So. And that's basically how I got the tone for Where the Streets Have Name on a budget. What you should do, get yourself £189 Squire Affinity Stratocaster. Shouldn't have to cost you, shouldn't have got out and have to pay thousands for, you know, effects. You probably will. The Helix, I've had that for a while, but M5 stompbox model shouldn't be too expensive. But that's basically, if you've got a Helix and an M5 stompbox model from line 6 as well, you'd be laughing tonight or whenever you're going to play this, and using them effects all I've showed you, and it's you're away. Good luck, all the best.